BAR. There's been a lot of talk about BAR in magazines, articles, seminars, etc. What we're here to do today is to put the situation absolutely correct, so you understand exactly how to make it work, exactly how to practice it safely, and we'll show you the effects of it. Now, there's been a lot of talk, books, videos written about what happens to people pre-fight, post-fight, during fight, etc., etc. A lot of that's been covered by the likes of Peter Constein, Jeff Thompson, and everything they've said is absolutely correct. All those things that go on in your mind, in your body, cocktails, and all these sort of things, absolutely 100% correct. But what we're here to do today is show you how BAR addresses all those problems. So we're going to explain to you what BAR is, how it works, and how to combat it, which is obviously the most important thing. So we'll come back in a few moments and I'll explain to you exactly what BAR is. Okay, BAR. Think of it like this. You're in a bar, somebody's decided they're going to kick your face in. That person has already gone through BAR. They've already had to make all these big, horrible decisions about, can I win? Do you have any friends with you? What happens if I lose? What happens if what I'm doing doesn't work? What happens if the weapon's involved? Are those people over there with him? Is that person with him? Are my friends with me? Am I going to be okay? What's the repercussions? Are the police going to be involved? All these horrible decisions have gone through their mind. And they've decided to go for it. So, they've gone through BAR, they've gone through this decision-making process, and they've decided, yes, they can win, and yes, they're going to do it. So the story I like to say is that they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They know that they're going to go for it, they know they're going to hit. And what BAR is that what they think is the light at the end of the tunnel is really the headlight of you going straight forward. In a few moments, I'm going to show you how to practice that and practice it correctly. Okay, thank you. In BAR, you've got to have an initial reaction, an action trigger, as Peter called it, Peter Constein. Now, what we like people to do is have an action trigger when the hands come up, very defensive and open. And we're going to show you where these hands are going to strike. And this happens if somebody suddenly goes for you, if it's a reactive situation, or even if it's preemptive, if you decide to go for them, you do exactly the same thing. Your hands just come up. It's like you often, if you're walking down the street and a car backfires, you see people go, oh, what was that? And we don't want that as your reaction. We want your reaction to be turning around and your hands are up, just in case something happens. Because you never know when somebody's going to go for you or if something happens. If there's a sudden loud noise, we want your hands up there, reacting to it. Okay? So we're going to show you how to practice that. I'm joined now by Steve Kelly. He's over here in Cyprus, come over from Luton. So if anybody is in the Luton area and wants to train pressure points, self-defense stuff, get in touch with this guy. Now, the initial way to practice BAR is you get your training partner, get some focus mitts, and they're just going to slam them together and make a real loud noise. And all you're going to do is just stand there with your eyes closed, not knowing when they're going to do it or whereabouts they're going to do it. And we want this initial reaction of stepping forward with your hands up. So we'll just demonstrate that for you very quickly. I'll just stand around like there's not a care in the world. Eyes closed, just standing there and hands up. Okay? Whenever you hear that noise, whenever you get a reaction, that should be your first reaction, bang, and up. Okay? Now we'll show you how to put that into motion. Show you another practice method now. Bear in mind this is building up and building up all the time. What you get your training partner to do is just whenever they feel like it, they just reach in and grab you real strong, real hard. Your first reaction is going to be come up and hit the top of the head. You start it light, okay? So the first one you might not get complete BAR in your training partner. But that's okay because you're doing it light. So you do a light one, a medium one, and then a heavy one. The heavy one, you must have a head guard on, you must have protection for your training partner. So we'll show you a light one, a medium one, and then we'll come back with a head guard and show you the heavy approach. Okay, so you just stand around as normal, and whenever they grab you, it's in, straight in. So you get this delay in what they're doing, and there's a little bit of shock going into their system. What the training partner does is, once this striker's gone in, it's going to be stunned for a little while, second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, or whatever. And what I want you to do on tape, when you're watching this tape, is once this striker's gone in, bear in mind it's on a head guard, and it's not at full power, it's going to be about 5 or 10% power. I want you to count 1001, 1002, 1003, and see how long it takes before Steve feels that he's ready to fight. And what Steve is going to do, when he's ready to fight again, he's just going to lift his arm. And that's going to show you an indication of how long you would have in a real fight once you put BAR into your opponent. So again, you're just going to reach out, grab, real hard, real strong, very aggressive, and we just put BAR on. So whenever you're ready. Okay. So count that, I've got it.